talk not about potential of AI, because I think we have understood that over the last few years. Had I been doing this session 3 years back, it would have been a potential of AI versus today we're going to talk about the realism of AI, what AI can actually do, what agentic AI can actually do. So with that quick bit on myself, I have spent significant time of my professional and work life in delivering large and complex transformations. And I was thinking all of them using the power of advanced technologies, data, and artificial intelligence in the recent decade, if you may, last decade, right? So that's what has happened. In the next few minutes, I will be focused more on what we can do, and we'll talk more about what is a real agentic AI in motion right now, how enterprises can actually use AI, and the most difficult question, which is what does it take to use AI? We'll talk about that, but as we go into this journey, I want us to just look at the evolution of AI just for a few minutes, right? And I'm sure that many of you can relate to that, but I can see some faces in the room who may have used AI in some form and fashion 1990s, which was rule-based AI, which was a decision support system, expert system. When I did my master's, on expert support system, and this was solving a very important problem that all students had, which was which car to buy or which vehicle to buy, right? So that was this problem. It was rule-based. It was, in simple words, it was an expert knowledge in a program. So building a program that can provide deterministic outcome. That's what was done in the first generation, if you may. And a lot of work happened there. The next one, which took a lot of time, so all of us aware of big data, analytics, machine learning, all that era was all about building predictive models, right? Algorithms, forecasting, time series, simulations. Later on, it became image recognition, and in the second or later half of the work, which started in the midst of 2010, was all about started to build advancement in deep learning, neural networks, and that led to a lot of change. So I call this era, in one form or another, is the era of analysis. So a lot of analysis got done in this era. Then came the era about generation of content, generating content like text, images, code, right? And the biggest moment was the ChatGPT moment in 2022. It changed the world. It made enterprises and the leadership in enterprises look at things differently. It led to investments and it led to adoption from there on. So in the last 2.5 years, many enterprises have truly moved from pilots to real production AI usage. Now we are entering into the phase of agentic AI, which means AI can now, so this generation is all about AI for creativity, AI for generation. Now we are moving into age of AI taking actions, agentic AI. And this is very powerful, super powerful. As we go along in this era, this is going to fundamentally change the way we work in an enterprise. This is the way where AI will blend with humans and will change the business operations of any enterprise, starting from any function, any enterprise function. That's a shift we are going through. So what is this agentic AI? Just in terms of definition, we have been working on this definition for a while, just to make sure that we can explain the business owners who are going to be embracing AI and the technologists who have always been, very forthcoming in this space. So it's a system that demonstrates autonomous, goal-directed behavior, perceiving, making independent decisions, and taking actions to achieve objectives with minimal human intervention. The key word in this is autonomy, autonomous. And the way to think about it is agents or AI, the systems. I always call systems because it requires a lot of things to work and make AI work for an outcome. A system or AI system is able to operate in a real world environment, without continuous human input, right? You still need humans to give input, but not continuous human input, and that's the change that we're going to see. Now, let me tell you a story. So a few weeks back, I met Irish college students, Sophie, and I loved them. They were at home, we were having a chat, and I love students because they ask very profound questions. One of them asked a question saying, what does this mean? What does this agentic mean at workplace? So when we come out of the college, what would this mean to us? And the best way for explaining that to them was to talk about Waymo. So consider Waymo. Google started with Google X program, self-driving cars program in 2009. Just keep in mind, 2009, right? And the early days of AI was driver assist. Although Google never had a vision to go to driver, they always had a vision to go to autonomy. But driver assist, which was basically taking help from assistance from the car to help drivers do a lane keeping, let's say. And you must have used your cars with that, right? Lane, reversing the car, putting in the lane, and so on and so forth. That was 2009. 2010 was the first time when there was a breakthrough. There was 100 miles of car which was driven. It was Toyota Prius car. It was driven for 100 miles with a safety driver behind the wheel. Safety driver behind the wheel. That's what is human on the loop or on the loop. And in 2020, the first fully autonomous car came on the street with rider only. And this was Waymo One service in Phoenix, right? So now you see they have taken this to the next level. They're expanding this fleet. There are 1,500 autonomous cars right now in 5 US cities. Still a lot of work to be done. But the point here is, how many years did it take to build this system with a key problem in mind? More than a decade. And in enterprise, the problem is different. The problem has its own complexity of federated and fragmented data, organization silos, and desperate IT systems. So this is a different problem altogether. We will see how much time it takes, but yes, that's the work is in the works right now. And you will see many companies right now which are already doing assistive AI, which means chatbots. The best example is customer service chatbot, right? And I'll not explain and dwell into that, but we all know that it's been there for many years now. Assisting people, right? Customer, employees, everyone. Agentic, as we discussed earlier, doing your task independently. Think about, you may have again experienced this recently, but AI agent providing you a refund. Have you experienced that? AI agent is able to give you a refund back. It's a very important decision for a company. That's happening. AI agent is doing invoicing without human intervention. That's the stage we are in. Autonomous is obviously when we actually move to the place where there are many agents, hundreds of agents, thousands of agents, working with thousands of people in an enterprise and actually working seamlessly to drive the business operations of an enterprise. That's an autonomous enterprise. It's a time to get there, but you see, we are in the journey to get there, right? Now, the beauty is the time is now. Time is now because these forces, the forces you see on the slide, are converging for the first time to make it happen. And this is super powerful. The first is CEO sponsorship. AI topic is in the boardroom, is already in the boardroom. It was not there 5 years back, believe me. It's in the boardroom right now. When it gets to boardroom, the topic right now, the question they're not asking whether we should be doing AI or not. The question they're asking is, where do we apply AI? How much time does it take to get the value? That's the question they're asking. Tech supremacy. Tech has evolved. Infrastructure has gotten better. cheaper. Foundation models are floating every every month. There's something new coming up. Gemini 2.5 performance has overshot in the last 1 year. Just if you go and look at that. Apple has come with the on-device model recently. Everybody's investing in this. Technology is available for us to use. It's much ahead of what we are using right now in the enterprise. Data platformization, extremely critical because there's no AI without data. We all know that. It's been told to us for many years. Many of us experienced scars of not able to make the data work for AI for many years because technology was not ready. But what's happening right now is most of the leading companies are moving from federated data lakes to enterprise-wide data platform or data architecture that can pull data faster. And the concept now being discussed is data as a product. Data as a product for any use, for people use, for use by analysts, for by use by humans, and by use by machine. But they're looking at data as a product given to machine or human to extract value of the data. Ecosystem synergies, 2012, there were less than 150 companies in this space. Today, there are more than 2,000 companies in this space. It's flourishing, it's just flourishing. But beyond just having a number of companies, what's important now is that all these companies, the hyperscalers, the startup companies, the academic institutions, the new age companies, the consulting companies, all of them are trying to work together in a way and building industry solutions which are interoperable. You can see that trend already happening, right? That has never happened before. That has never. Look at AWS Bedrock. They can run their own Nova model and they can run any other model, right, on their platform. Capital influx, huge amount of capital is put into AI. In the first half of 2025, more than 60% of venture capital funding has gone into AI. You can see the number. Go and do the Google, ask ChatGPT. It's a huge, huge number, right? If so much of capital is being put into AI, it's bound to generate a result. If you had asked Jeffrey Hinton in 2005, he was looking for money. Now that's not the problem. Sovereign AI, all the governments, all the countries are right now investing in learning about AI, putting their investment to that, learning from their peers, country to country network, and also from industry, with an intent to put a guardrails that can do two things. One is responsible use of data and AI, but also to ensure there's a balance of speed of innovation. That's what they have intentions to do that. Now, when you put all these six forces together, it provides a perfect platform for being an autonomous enterprise. And that has changed over the last few years. I'll just move fast. In short, AI is ready. AI is ready, and it's a very powerful tool for enterprise. The question is, are enterprises ready? Are enterprises ready? And we did research last year based on certain parameters. We found 5% of enterprises are in the leading quadrant of having a roadmap to build not just one AI in silo, but an enterprise-wide program. There's a lot of work yet to be done in this, and I think Sam Altman said it in the video. There's a lot of discovery, learning, and work required. We and Genpact are on the journey. We have more than 800 clients for whom we do data and AI work. We decided that we want to be our best credential. So we said, we call it Client Zero. We call it Client Zero. We will be the first client for ourselves and disrupt or change ourselves and our ways of working by adopting AI. We have 100 plus agents right now across all our functions. We have been able to draw more than 10% productivity by usage of these agents across all the functions, starting from finance and accounting, HR, IT, legal, marketing, and sales. I can talk about all these different agents, but let me talk about one here, which I like, which is about Amber. Amber is our chief listening officer in the company. She is able to turn around us completely by being closer to our people. Our people's sentiment has gone. We have now 85% positive people sentiment because Amber has done 500 million conversations so far. This would not have been possible in the previous model, traditional model. We used to do one survey in a year. Now Amber is doing has a continuous understanding of people, and we are able to convert that into a hyper-personalized action from our HR team and from people team to make sure that we address those needs of our people. And there are multiple agents like that. In the finance and accounting, which is where we have put a lot of effort because it's a hard thing to do, frankly. It's a back office. We have these solutions I call AI systems called as Capture. You can understand from the name itself, it captures the documents, it has natural language understanding, puts in a structured database. You have an AP Advanced, which is just invoice processing. You have AP Trace, which is able to find anomalies, leakage of revenue. And you have Assist, which is a way to converse with your suppliers. So handling the supplier queries. All this is the family of, let's say, accounts payable AI system. And that is resulting into huge benefits for us. I will let it go, but I just want to explain you this in a bit, and let me see if it works. This is what you see right now is the invoice verification process happening by the agents, right? The beauty here is that when there's a three-way matching that is required for invoice processing. The purchase order released, the good receipt, and the invoice raised by the supplier. If there's any discrepancy, in a human manner, in a human way, to do a human way, it can take days, it can take weeks. You know why? Because there's a financial transaction involved once you approve the invoice. This is done in seconds right now, seconds. Because the AI agents are able to do the invoice processing, is able to look at the thresholds, able to approve the thresholds. Like in this case, it's the 5% threshold. So anything in the 5% range will be approved by the AI. It will not go to the human. It's human over the loop. Human is over the loop. Human is not in the loop here. So that's how the things are changing right now for this process. This is just the beginning. We expect more than 3 times more returns in the coming year. This is just a year-long journey, but there's so much of advancement technology happening. We see a huge amount of effect coming in terms of productivity and efficiency. But beyond that, supplier engagement, a better supplier engagement is happening through this particular system because they're very happy that we are able to take decisions and release invoices much ahead of time than we used to do earlier, right? They're able to get the monies ahead of time earlier. So this is a way or an expression to describe a process architecture. A lot of us may like this, but these are the agents working at a family. That's what it's called as agent orchestration. They're working as a family to draw this process forward. Other way of looking at this is what is behind the curtain or behind the hood or under the hood, and that's this architecture. I think most of us may be familiar with these kind of architectures, but I just want to call out a couple of things here. We have ingestion connector hub, which ingests data from any system, any transaction systems. We have connectors available for that so that we have a data stored. Data is available to us and given to something called as data engine room, which curates the data in a particular logical system by looking at critical data elements for AI systems. The AI agent foundry is a place where we build, design, build, and deploy and monitor these agents. They're all done through a responsible AI framework, so they are secure, they are transparent, they're trustworthy agents, and all of that, and we can observe them. And all the entire process is built on what we call as Agentic AI development lifecycle, which means all our engineers and people who are builders of these technologies are trained and executing these lifecycle on a common standards, right? Let me go to the last section of the presentation, which is how did we do it actually? Because everybody asks this question saying, this looks good, but how to do it actually? There are 4 building blocks for that. I'll take 2 more minutes to finish, right? There are 4 building blocks for this. The first thing is CEO-led. This initiative is top-led. By the way, what I'm sharing right now is applicable to any company. We are taking the same book of experience to 100 and more than 100 clients right now to talk to them about how we are doing it, how we can help you as well. CEO-led initiative, top-down, and that matters. That matters to gain speed. Execution velocity comes from CEO-driven program. And you can see that in any company, everybody's aligned on a common goals, business goals, outcome through AI. The second thing is the program is not run by technologists. It's not called as technology program. It is called as business program. It's business-driven use cases and value use cases. So what we've done is we have value architects who sit with business and draw and identify the use cases, and not only use cases, but the potential value of use cases and the roadmap of implementation sitting with the technology people. And that's how we are doing it. So business is in command to take ownership of outcomes, and they're not throwing against the fence, but I think technology should be driving this program for us. It's a joint program. The third is the execution is happening through a strong machine called AI Gigafactory. And one of the things that we have done in this factory is that we have built a prod-based structure. So, because this is not a software development, and many people who are thinking that they can build AI systems like a software probably have to rethink their approach. This is a place where you have to train the system, not test the system. And the requirements keep on changing very fast. It's a very agile sprint of requirements because you don't know what you're going after. It's not a very sequential process of making a program. And that's why Jeffrey Hinton said earlier that his comment was basically, this is the first time the computer scientists are not able to figure out how fast machine is evolving. And hence you need a functional and industry expert along with technical expert, along with integration architect, because at the end of the day, you don't want this machine to be standing alone somewhere. Nobody's going to use it. You will have a major change management problem in the company. It has to be integrated inside your current workflow, your current systems, whether you're using Salesforce, whether you're using any other system, your own website, it has to be part of that. So that's what is going through the execution of the factory. And the most important thing is we are doing a role-based upskilling for all our people. We have done 90,000 people have gone through training. We are a 130,000 people company. And it's a continuous process of upskilling yourself to be comfortable for using AI. Even our CEO, everybody is now using AI themselves, and they feel and they talk about the stories in terms of how they are actually getting the value for the work they do every day. This is a factory. I talked to you about this thing. Now the point is, AI is ready. It's here. And I was in a CXO forum yesterday in Chicago. One thing came out of the forum was that we cannot be sitting on the sidelines. We cannot be wasting time in planning. We have to execute. We have to act immediately. And as we learn, we need a continuous feedback loop for taking actions and learning from those actions. That's how we're going to evolve in this stage, because many of the stuff that we are doing is contextual to our environment. So in closing, I will just say a few words, or I'll leave you with a few words, which is act fast and learn fast. Thank you for time. Thank you very much.